Hello, Ms. Dionis, Mr. Stoffrigan, and I welcome you to the Odyssey Science Edition. Two of the enduring understandings that underpin science education at Quest are the only constant is change, and because organisms are interdependent, those that can adapt will survive. If any school year has brought these to the fore, this is it. Some of our adaptations were made so that we could continue with the same in-depth studies our students would engage in during any other year. For example, the Eagle class donned masks in order to return to the real-world science they started last spring, literally getting their hands dirty with agriculture. They harvested their crops and planted cover crops to protect and nourish the garden in the off-season, just as they would have in a normal year. Similarly, the kindergarten classes made cartographic observations and new discoveries while helping solve a real-world problem, as they worked on our long-term goal to make West Campus a recognized monarch butterfly way station. Students studying from home investigated and mapped their yards and neighborhoods with butterflies in mind. Other adaptations, such as spending even more time outdoors than usual, led to some new opportunities, such as learning about the invasive species Phragmites and creating a genuinely gigantic scale diagram of the human body. As the weather led us to more indoor time, COVID-19 could not stop your children's curiosity. Hands-on, minds-on experimentation continued in the area of physics, chemistry, and just good old-fashioned discovery. While adapting to the coronavirus with masks, distancing, and frequent sanitization did deter the spread of the virus, they did not stop students from practicing critical thinking skills and negotiation. I have been super impressed with our young students' patience and perseverance, from overcoming the challenges of online connections to maintaining safety with masks and distancing. I hope that the future will be free of those particular adaptations, but I believe that the knowledge and skills we've all gained in adapting to the pandemic will serve us all well, next year and beyond. And speaking of next year and beyond, let's take a look at what science discovery and exploration look like in 1st through 5th grade. Ms. Dionis, we're ready for you. Take it away.
Mr. Ormland. Even with restrictions, our primary focus within science remains the same: to give students robust opportunities to think outside the box and actually do science. Though that might look a little different this year, lower school students continue to broaden their enduring understandings of concepts and scientific methods by participating in inquiry-based activities that engage them to ask questions, reason for themselves, and with peers. We've had an exciting year thus far, and here's just a snapshot of all that we've been learning about. First graders investigated how the density of fluids affects an object's buoyancy in connection with their study of the oceans. In conjunction with their Greek unit, the second graders learned about the practices of Hippocrates, the father of medicine, to treat various ailments, and then completed a tooth decay lab to explore the corrosive properties of acids. Third graders learned how science, medicine, and mechanical engineering disciplines intertwine to create breakthroughs in medicine. Putting their engineering and creativity skills to the test, they researched and created new inventions to help people affected with various disabilities. Models and conducting an extraction lab helped the fourth graders to gain a better understanding about the structure and function of DNA, while instructor-led demonstrations helped the fifth grade students to deepen their knowledge on the law of conservation and facilitated them to extend their understanding to Wilbur Atwater's 449 rule of calculating calorie content in everyday foods they consume. Across all grade levels, use of digital manipulatives, interactive gaming, and platforms have instilled a deeper understanding of concepts and have also served as a means to facilitate stronger connections, ongoing collaboration, and debate amongst virtual and in-person students. Joining us in lower school science, now let's see what's happening in middle school. Mr. Stoffrigan, take it away.
Thank you, Mrs. Dionis. My name is Nathan Stoffrigan, middle school science teacher. At 6th grade level, we do biology, 7th grade earth science, 8th grade introductory physical science. It's hands-on, minds-on work. Here you see a student who's just bought her farm and she's running the soil tests, and then she's going to plant a crop. Some do very well, some don't do so well. It's up to how much effort the kids put into it. Here's an example you see of our 7th graders with a jet rocket bottle car. The car they make has to ignite, it has to move, and it can't melt down. It's a little more challenging than it might appear. And they have arguments sometimes, and that's okay because they have to communicate and reinforce and support their ideas. Here we're looking at a brand new course after COVID for our 8th graders. Some students are at home, some kids are at school. How do they interact? In this case, it's metallurgy. They have to build a bus for me, the superintendent. I need 90 buses. They have to find malleability, density, cost, availability, and then they make a proposal to me. And the group that has the best proposal gets the contract. Over the course of the year, we look at characteristic properties of all the elements, densities, melting points, boiling points, flame tests, and at the end of the year, I give them a sludge jar and they have to tell me everything in the jar. Every other year, every 7th and 8th grader takes part in the Quest Academy Science Fair. Some go on to the regionals and even state level. We had one girl who took the top electronic award in the nation. Kids work very hard at this science here at Quest Academy, and it's very fruitful for them. We hope you've enjoyed watching our brief overview of science at Quest Academy through the grade levels. Thanks for watching.